Welcome to the deep dive. Today we have a critical mission. We're going deep into the Feeding Our Future scandal in Minnesota.
Right. We're talking about $250 million.
250 million, yeah. It's officially the largest pandemic fraud in U.S. history, and we're going to unpack exactly how it happened.
And you really can't understand the scale of this without first looking at the demographic landscape in Minnesota.
You mean the Somali community's growth?
Exactly. The sources point to a huge increase, maybe 80,000 people by 2018. And the key insight here, really, is that population density creates cover.
Cover? How so?
Well, it's just really hard for an outside auditor to know what's normal, what legitimate food usage should even look like, especially in refugee communities with high initial eligibility.
Okay, so that sets the stage. Let's talk about the mechanism they used. The whole thing seems to ride on the COVID-19 waivers.
That was the perfect storm. The USDA and the Minnesota Department of Education, the MDE, they waived the physical inspections.
And that was everything.
It was everything. It meant nonprofits like Feeding Our Future could act as these official sponsors, basically unsupervised school cafeterias on paper. No one was checking.
So they weaponized that trust.
They absolutely did.
Yeah.
FOF went out and recruited all these sites, local halal markets, restaurants, and then they just submitted claims based on the expectation that these communities would need a lot of food.
And the numbers they submitted were, I mean, they weren't just a little inflated, they were just absurd.
Oh, completely absurd. You look at the source material on the Pelican Rapids site, the town's population is what, maybe 2,500 people?
Something like that, yeah.
The guy running it claimed to be serving 6,000 meals a day.
6,000 a day, that's more than double the entire town.
And he walked away with over $1 million. But I think the most blatant sign of disrespect for the whole system was in the data they submitted.
You're talking about the spreadsheets.
The spreadsheets.
Yeah.
The FBI found that to list the kids' ages, they didn't even bother faking it properly. They just typed in an Excel formula.
The random number one, right?
Yeah. Ran between 7 and 17. They let a random number generator create the children they were supposedly feeding.
That's just incredible. And it's worth pointing out, this wasn't just happening across the board with all immigrant groups.
Not at all. The data's pretty clear. H-1B visa holders, for example, often from India and China, have almost zero welfare use. Their visas basically forbidden. This scheme specifically targeted a system built for refugee communities.
So let's follow the money. Where did the $250 million go?
It was laundered fast. We're talking Porsches, Teslas, Range Rovers, tons of gold jewelry.
But not just cars and jewelry. This went international, right?
Oh, yeah. Millions were wired overseas, to Kenya, to Turkey. They were buying up coastal resorts, apartments in Nairobi, Istanbul, a global shopping spree.
Which brings us to accountability. The MDE, the state's Department of Education, they knew something was wrong, didn't they?
They did. They actually stopped the payments at first because they suspected fraud, but then FOF sued them.
Claiming discrimination.
And the MDE, they folded. They voluntarily started the payments again. It seems they were more afraid of being called racist than they were of losing taxpayer money.
And that led to that public fight, the political finger-pointing.
It did. Governor Walz came out and claimed that a Judge Guthman, had ordered the state to pay.
But the judge said that wasn't true.
Right. The judge issued a rare public statement saying, no, that's false. I never ordered that.
Yeah.
It shows you how high the political stakes were.
And even after all that, after arrests and trials, they still didn't stop.
Not even then. The final, really shocking moment was this past June. They tried to bribe a juror.
With a bag of cash.
A bag with $120,000 in cash. Just an unbelievable level of audacity, believing they could just buy their way out of anything.
So when you pull it all together, what's the big takeaway for you?
I mean, this wasn't just stealing money. It was really a theft of goodwill. It poisons the well for every legitimate nonprofit, for every family that actually needs help. It just erodes trust in the whole system.
So we leave you with this final thought. The indictments are for wire fraud, for money laundering. We know millions went to Kenya and Turkey. Given the region's history, how much longer can the Treasury avoid asking the really tough question? Did any of that money end up funding groups like Al-Shabaab?